Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and today I am here with my weekly WIP and Chat, where today we're going to be kitting up a new project and chatting. So if you're new and you're not sure what that means, WIP stands for work in progress. So usually I'm working on a diamond painting, usually actually doing some diamond painting, but like I said, today I have to kit up my next project because I just finished my last one. Chat is the WIP and Chat part. It just means we're gonna chat and hang out today. A lot of people will treat this like a podcast and let me just keep you company while you're going about your day or while you're working on a diamond painting as well. Or if you'd like to watch along, feel free to do so. Either way, I'm just glad that you're here to spend some time with me today. I do these weekly WIP and Chats on Monday mornings. I'm filming on Sunday evening like I usually am. Just kind of wrapping up my weekend, getting ready to kick off another week. And this is really one of my favorite ways to get to do that with you guys. So what I'm going to be doing, like I said, is kitting up my next project, and I'm going to be kitting up Love Bard by Rosie Scribbles, and I'm so excited for this one. My friends, this was a Valentine's Day release from Diamond Art Club last year. Look at the old style toolkits. And I had this one as a sneak peek, and I actually very nearly kitted it up right away, but then I saw actually a lot of other people working on it and was like, actually, this is perfect. I think it was in the middle of another project. I don't remember why I didn't kit this one up right away. But when I saw so many other people working on it, I thought, great, I'll enjoy vicariously like that, watching them work on it, and then maybe I'll work on mine next year. And that's what I am doing, because Valentine's Day is not that far away, and I am really, truly on this kick of just working on projects that bring me lots and lots and lots of joy this year. Really trying to get some more of my rainy day stash, which this one definitely is from my rainy day stash. And I'm so unbelievably excited to be working on this one. So this is going to be a fun challenge though, you guys, because do you see the number of colors in this one? We are talking about 97 colors. For a very brief amount of time, this kit had the most colors of any kit the Diamond Art Club had released to this point. And then like a couple weeks later, it ended up being beat out by another kit by Rosie Scribbles. Something mermaid. Tea Time Mermaid Tea, I don't remember. That has like 99. There may have been, I don't know if there's any that have come out with more since then, but I think that one's still the record. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm going to need 2 Elizabeth Ward trays for this one, because even if I used only the tiny containers, I could not fit 97 colors in here. So I have, out of frame, there's like just stacks of Elizabeth Ward trays and containers. So I kind of tried to pre-prep it a little bit, and hopefully this isn't going to be just too out of control. So, this is just, it's so funny how quickly you get used to new packaging and things. I haven't pulled out like a kit that was not super old, but like relatively recent, that has, like this style of sticker, has this whole thank you pamphlet and everything. It's so funny how quickly I feel like I got used to the new style of packaging and stuff. So this is just going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Thank you to my Patreon supporters for helping me pick out this kit. I do sometimes have my Patreon help me decide on what kits to work on. I had my monthly live stream earlier today. Actually, this always seems to happen. One of my Patreon and YouTube memberships tiers gets an exclusive monthly live stream, and it's always on the weekend at the end of the month. And usually it ends up being on Sunday evenings. They get to vote on the time. And what often ends up happening is I have this 2-hour live stream with them, usually from like 6 to 8 p.m. my time. And then I turn around and I put my kids to bed, so I get to rest my voice-ish, besides, talking to my kids, moving them along. And then finish putting my kids to bed, and then I sit down to film my weekly WIP and Chat. So I have a cough drop handy. I have my water handy because I might need it because I might be losing my voice. We'll see. I'm fighting off either some allergies or a minor cold bug that Micah had, and so we're going to see what happens. Okay, so this is 97 colors. I am going to go ahead and see how this goes to try to cut them up and kind of organize them the way that I usually do with my drills. I'm hoping I'm not going to be completely overwhelmed. And then we'll just start kitting up and go from there. But yeah, if you guys are interested in, supporting my channel while also getting some like perks that, you know, different people find value in different kinds of perks, but I have like weekly vlogs at a particular tier. I have monthly live streams at a particular tier. So various different kinds of perks if you're looking for more behind the scenes content and ways to support my channel and my family. But please, 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 please do not feel obligated at all. You guys watching my videos is honestly just the best and the most that I could ever ask for. So thank you so much for doing that. And please it's just one of those things I try to not bring it up too often because I don't want to overdo it, but every once in a while, people are curious. So I have Patreon and YouTube memberships. You can find links and more information below if you want to check that out. But anyway, yeah, it's gonna take me a minute to cut all these up. I'm certainly not going to get this entire project kitted up during the course of this video. There's just no way. There's part of me that's tempted to just kind of put these into storage containers as we go, and then like, no, that's not gonna work either. And then kind of try to just organize it along the way. I don't know. Let me keep going and see what happens. But anyway, hi my friends, how are you doing today? I hope that your week is off to a great start and that you had a nice weekend. Like I said, it's Sunday evening as I'm filming this, and we've had a pretty good weekend actually. It has been really cold and rainy in California. I live in Southern California, and we remain safe from the wildfires, and it seems like they, for the most part, have gotten the fires under control. There has been some concern though with the rain that could mean mudslides, and so I've been kind of trying to keep an eye on the weather and things. I don't think I've really seen them mentioning about there being issues with that as we've had this rain. So I'm hoping that remains the case because goodness knows we need the rain. We haven't had rain in such a very, very long time. So, but yeah, we're doing good, and we mostly stayed at home, stayed inside because it has been so cold and rainy. But yeah, so thank you for everyone again that has, you know, reached out to check in on us and everything as far as the rain goes. Man, now this is way more colors than I'm used to working with, though. When I've worked on max color kits before, you know, kits that have hundreds of colors. I think it was 275, the highest color count I've worked on, I think it is. And I feel like I've done like almost dedicated kitting up videos where I time lapse it and I talk through about like all my tips for kitting up projects and whatnot. And this one I don't know, because we just decided on this one a little bit ago, you know, I thought, no, I'm just going to go ahead and kit this up and just kind of freehand it here in this WIP and Chat and hope for the best. So, okay, good. There are fairy dust. I was trying to remember when they first introduced fairy dust at Diamond Art Club. I think it was it late 2023? I think it was later, like maybe fall or winter 2023. Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to remember when they introduced those, but it's like, I hope there's fairy dust in this one. That's a 300. Oh, so that was there. So did any of you guys pick up any of the Valentine's releases from Diamond Art Club or any other companies? I didn't buy any this year. I was a little tempted by the Amy Stewart kit because I actually really enjoy Amy Stewart's artwork a lot, and I just feel like we're probably not going to see a ton of it at Diamond Art Club, specifically because it's so incredibly highly detailed. And so I was tempted by that one, but I'm still on very, very, very much a low buy, and so I held off. But I hope that someone works on it when they get it, because it really is really, really pretty. And I also was a little bit tempted by the Lady and the Tramp one, because I feel like that's very classic. Hold on, how many 200s do we have? A little bit, okay. But no, I've been really, really trying to be strict with myself. I did finally go through and update my Gems Flow app. I was pretty behind on that again, and just the number of kits that I have, I was like, yeah, no, destash has to happen ASAP. And as I was kind of scrolling through my Gems Flow to see, okay, what kit do I want to work on next? I was trying to take a really hard look and do kind of a first pass at, okay, what do I think I'm going to want to go ahead and get rid of? You know, where has my taste changed, and where do I feel like I could really thin things out a little bit? And so it's like I want to do that as well as really work on a lot of my rainy day kits this year. So I just really feel like I'm enjoying the kits that are in my stash and whatnot. This kit, I imagine it's gonna take me a little bit to complete because it is on the larger side. Let's see, 65 by 83 centimeters. Actually, that's not as big as I thought it was. But I have this trip to Portland coming up that I don't think I'm gonna try to travel with this kit because it's so large, but I have another kit I'm gonna work on next that I'm planning to take with me that I'll probably just kit up before I leave, and that should be a little bit easier to travel with. So I have Love Bard that'll hopefully, it should carry me through Valentine's Day because I don't think I'm gonna finish it before I leave. And then I'm planning to work on So Curious, which is a Little Mermaid kit from the Disney Princess release that Diamond Art Club recently did. And that one I think I can travel with. And I'm kind of casually participating in this very casual diamond paint along that my friend Kate is doing, who incidentally is who I'm gonna be visiting. And it's like, I think she's not even calling it an event. I think she's calling it a diamond paint along. So there's not prizes or anything. It's just a, hey, if you have a Disney kit you want to work on, you know, alongside other people, like, come join in. And so I thought, well, good. I've been really wanting to work on one of those Disney princess kits. And so this is just perfect timing, and I'll get to travel with it and work with her. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun, I hope. We're almost to the end. I just stacks, piles of drills absolutely everywhere. These colors, oh my gosh, I love these colors so much. And it just, when I go through my gem slow, when I'm trying to decide what kits do I want to keep, I kind of want to think of it as the same way that I do when I'm scrolling through trying to find a kit to work on, which is, you know, okay, what kit do I just, when I see it, I go, oh my gosh, that's so exciting and so pretty. I really want to work on it. And it's like, that should be what I should be prioritizing when it comes to, okay, what kits am I going to keep and what am I going to de-stash? So I think I'm reminding myself, I'm like, okay, that's the mentality that I want to try to have and keep as I'm thinking about, okay, what do I want to get rid of? Okay, so I kind of broke these into like sets of 100, and then I'm just going to go through and do these in DMC order. Okay, so kit this size with this many colors, often what I will end up doing is reorganizing all the drills by symbol. And so like putting all of the letters together, putting all the numbers together, sometimes organizing by color. I did that when I worked on the Outside the Sweet Shop kit from a Diamond Art Studio UK. I ended up, I think, grouping like, okay, here's almost like in a rainbow gradient, so that it would be easier to find. I think I'm just gonna have to wait and see how I feel about this one, and when I see like all the symbols laid out in front of me, see how easy or difficult I think it's going to be to sort of find the various symbols and things that I'm looking for. So I guess stay tuned for that. I'll keep you posted probably after this video ends, you know, when I do my next update next week, because there's no way I'm going to finish kitting this up and be able to give you that feedback just in this video. Unless all of these bags of diamonds have no static like these ABs I've had so far. Because if I don't have to mess with the dryer sheet, this will go quite a lot faster. So, okay. So yes, this is the kit that I am going to be working on next. Just earlier today in that Patreon live, I finished Year of the Dragon from Diamond Artisan. And that kit, I thought, you know, I kind of had a good feeling about it and assumed that I would enjoy working on it. I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did. The colors were really just relaxing to work with. I continue to struggle to be able to put into words how I would define lo-fi, because whenever I mention, you know, if I unbox a kit or something and I say, oh, this is really giving me lo-fi vibes, there's always people that'll ask, what does lo-fi mean? Which is a completely fair question. And I really struggle to put it into words. I'm like, it's a feeling you get when you see some particular kind of artwork or when you hear something music-wise. And so it's very chill. It's very mellow. Often there's like neons and pastels. It's just, I don't know how to define it. I know I've asked you guys before, but if you have a way that you would define lo-fi in words and when you're just describing artwork, how would you define it? Am I way off base here? I guess I don't know. I feel like I know it when I see it. I don't know. But it put me in the mood to listen to some of Lo-Fi Girl, who is just like a channel on YouTube that plays lo-fi music, and very relaxing just to put on in the background. But I really loved working on that kit. I did finish it faster than I expected. That was one that I think I mentioned I thought would carry me through to the end of the Year of the Dragon. And even taking a little break to work on some other kind of crafty things, it's still like I still just sped right through it. And here I am kitting up my Valentine's Day kit. And yeah, so I am planning to do a post review on that kit. It really just reinforces how much I am enjoying what Diamond Artisan is doing. Okay, there's a little bit of static in there actually. So maybe we will, yeah, I think I might pull out the dryer sheet just because I find that, so if you see in here, you can see how the drills are kind of clinging a little bit to the sides of this container. Now it's likely that there was just already some static in this container to begin with, because those drills did pour out pretty easily. That being said, I feel like it's just generally a lot easier to get rid of static like before you even pour them into the container. And so I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my dryer sheet to pour the diamonds into, and then pour the diamonds from there into the containers. Since I already did that one, I'm just gonna tuck a dryer sheet in there, and yeah, that helps already. So dryer sheets are really my go-to for handling static. I kind of go through trying out different things to see what I feel like I can get to work the best when it comes to static, but for a while now, it's just been like dryer sheets, pour it into the dryer sheets and go. Some people will swear by using a Q-tip that's either been dipped in rubbing alcohol or in like sprayed with static guard basically, and then swirl that around in the bags. I remember kitting up a Diamond Dots kit at a diamond painting retreat I was at last spring, and I didn't have any dryer sheets and was really at a loss for like how to deal with the static, because the static was really, really, really bad. And one of the gals gave me a little bit of her wine to dip a Q-tip, and had the Q-tip from her toiletry bag. And I dipped the Q-tip in this wine and swirled that in the bags of diamonds. And I mean, what can I say? It worked. So I thought that was just a hilarious kind of turn of events to just sort of deal with really frustrating static. But I guess you work with what you have. But yeah, so I do also sometimes, like, I'll breathe into the bags, like the kind of breath you'd use to try to fog up like a window or a mirror, and introducing that humidity in there. Like those just like poured right out, but I'm still gonna go ahead and pour them straight into the dryer sheet to really hopefully try to get rid of as much static as possible before I put it in the containers. And when I do this, I find that I then don't even have to add in the cut up dryer sheets to the containers. I think I'm gonna need a bigger container for this one actually. Let me grab a slightly bigger container here. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need, let's go with this one, this size. I'm not always the best at estimating what size container I'm gonna need. And I only have a few of this particular size available. A couple of my Elizabeth Ward trays and sets of containers are currently taken up by my past 2 WIPs that I have not done post reviews on. And in my post reviews, I do like to go ahead and show the diamonds. And so I like leaving them in the trays till I actually film those post reviews, but I just haven't gotten around to my Fixer Uppers post review or obviously my Year of the Dragon post review, because I just finished that one today, but it is on my plan. I would like to do post reviews for both of those kits, particularly Year of the Dragon. I really do enjoy making sure I do post reviews showing completed kits for small shop kits, because I don't know, I feel like those are the ones that you might see a lot less of in terms of reviews here on YouTube. And you know I have this value on my channel of really trying to show small shops love as much as I can, especially just, I really love that kit. I want to talk about it more. So, oh yeah, that one was so fun. I need to go check out my wish list from that shop and see if there's anything else I need to add to it. But I did just actually get in, I think it was my Black Friday order from them. I only ordered from a couple of small shops on Black Friday, I think 3 in total. But I think I've gotten 2 of those 3 in, and excited for those. Happy to wait to get those in. Worth the wait for sure. So, yeah. Anyway, what else? let's see what I was talking about. Videos that I put up recently. I was really happy to be able to put up that cross stitch conversion, my temperature project video. That was one where I'd been kind of waffling on doing it and how I wanted to do it for a while. And I was like, I know that this probably isn't going to be necessarily as popular a video because not everyone is interested in doing a temperature project, but I thought, let me go ahead and do this anyway. And let me go ahead and do it as like a video where I'm chatting with you, like face to face, so to speak. And I thought that was really fun. And I hope that I wasn't too harsh about it. I don't think that I was. I feel like I really did emphasize, like, this is just so subjective. This is just what I was personally hoping to get out of this project versus how it actually came together. And it's not like a slight on any of these shops or any of their products. It's just the certain judgment calls that were on me to make. I just don't like the calls that I made. So I am really hoping that I like this year's, like how I do this year's project better. I hope it comes together the way that I'm envisioning. So the special drills that I ordered for this one are I think they're supposed to be delivered today, the day this video is going up, Monday. So maybe I'll try to have that unboxing up soon because the end of January is around the corner. Like a week from today, it's already going to be February. Anyone else just feeling like January has both been the fastest, but also like the longest month ever? It's been weird. It's the flow of time this month has been very, very strange. But I always appreciate how kind, like every single person that comments, like I've not gotten a single mean comment about showing my face. And that was one of the things that was just a barrier for me. And it could still happen and I'll deal with it when it does, if and when it does. But I just really appreciate how supportive you all are. WIP and Chats at least for the time being, I don't have any intention of making WIP and Chats like a face video because I don't know. I feel like the format and just sort of what we all are used to, you guys that are watching as well as, me, myself, I'm just kind of used to doing it overhead style. It's easier to kind of just kick back and chat this way, but I guess never say never. But other videos where it makes sense, it's like, yeah, sure, why not? let me chat with you face to face. But I am trying to work on things like I want to figuring out what lighting I like. I'm trying to figure out what I like for my audio, like my mic situation and backdrop if there's anything I want to do with it. There's a streamer that I watch over on Twitch that I did not realize that his background was like just green screen because it's come so far, like that technology has come so far that it can actually do a pretty good job with that. And maybe I just wasn't paying super close attention, but I thought, like that could be tempting too, to maybe like come up with a cute backdrop and just green screen it. I don't know though. It feels like maybe a little funny for a YouTube video, but I don't know. It's like, what I wouldn't give, first world problem, what I wouldn't give to have like a dedicated crafting space. It would be so nice, but that's not our living situation. I'm very, very thankful for what we have, but every once in a while I'm like, just having a crafting room where I could have like things, set up and have a cute background and stuff and actually hang and display some of my diamond paintings in a place that I, have dedicated to doing my crafting. But, that's just not where we're at right now. Maybe someday, but for now, that's all right. I'm very, very thankful for what we do have. It's interesting to see like what, containers we've gone through so far. I guess given the size of this diamond painting, like 60 by 80 something is not huge for this number of colors, 65 by 83. So I guess given that, it doesn't surprise me that it's actually a small amount of a lot of these colors. Because the sheer number of drills that you're going to have on the canvas isn't necessarily, like, it's not going to be, like, higher just because there's a higher number of colors, if that makes sense. Obviously, Diamond Art Club's going to give you, like, extras and stuff, but even still. What else? Also speaking of videos, I'm glad that everyone was at least interested, not necessarily excited, but interested to see the new boxes that Diamond Art Club has just started to roll out. I wasn't expecting there to be like as much, I guess, like views and stuff on that video as there ended up being. And I'm glad. I hope it was helpful. It seems like it's kind of a pretty mixed reaction. I think a lot of people like genuinely, I get it. I don't necessarily like change. I'm already thinking like, how well is this going to stack and kind of my storage situation. I hope this is going to work out okay and that sort of thing. Like I totally get that. I'm there with you. But there's some things that I think people were concerned about. I was like, I think you might feel differently when you have this in person, even though, yes, I'm with you. And like, I'm going to wait and see. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like there were a lot of people that were concerned that the tabs would be flimsy or something. And I was like, I don't actually think that these are flimsy. That was not my experience when I like opened it or packed it back up. And there's a couple of different kits I've done that with now. So I'll be really, really, really interested to see just sort of longer term. It's like, okay, what do people find to be the pros and the cons of these new boxes? And I mean, who knows if Diamond Art Club will keep them or if they'll roll out some other updates, because they seem to be, I don't know, pretty quick to look at, okay, this is working or this isn't working and this is the feedback that we're getting. And I'm really, really, really curious to see what will come of these. But yeah, I don't know. Be interested to hear your thoughts as you get in those kits. Speaking of kits, I was supposed to have a sneak peek today that went up of the Chinese Zodiac mini dazzles that are coming out today. But even though it was on the packing slip of a box that came in on Thursday from Diamond Art Club that had some other sneak peeks in it, the actual kit wasn't in the box. And which is what it is. Like, mistakes happen. This is a pretty rare occurrence. It happens every once in a while. And it's like, oh, well, I'm bummed. I'm really excited for that one, you guys. The Chinese Zodiac one, I think I want to work on that one while I'm doing like a Fruits Basket rewatch, which I still kind of have in mind with the Lunar New Year coming up. Like, that could be a cute one to travel with too. So you just, you might see a lot of Diamond Art Club here on my channel for a minute. And part of that is just me kind of following my nose a little bit with this year. I just really want to work on kits that I am really excited about and really just love the artwork or love something about them and have some kind of connection to. So yeah, hope that's okay. Y'all told me it was okay. So I also have continued dipping my toes into some other crafts. I finally pulled out some of my pixels again. I realized that the reason I was not reaching for my pixels was because I've been feeling like I need to complete whatever Pixels WIP that I have going before I move on to the next. I just wasn't excited about the Pixels WIP that I had going, which is this winter themed sticker set. And I was finally like, no, like I can have more than one WIP going for Pixels. It's not like they need kitted up or take up storage space. And so I went through my little Pixels collection yesterday, and here I actually have it handy and I'll show you. This is my current WIP. It's one of the acrylic stands. I'm really happy with my placement on this one. I decided to use actually a pair of angled tweezers instead of the super sharp ones that I had, and I was not at all expecting to like these as much as I did. I love how they're helping with me being able to place without ending up with like little, any like little pokes or anything on them from putting them in place. But yeah, this is the blue crystal one, and it comes with, there's I don't know where the piece is. I think it's in my little box over there. That comes with a little stand part that you put it in. But yeah, Pixels, these are like basically sticker by number, and they come with, these are the sticker sheets. So it's like, okay, it tells you on the side like what number this is. Like this is number 1, and it corresponds with like the number 1 that's on here. And you just use tweezers to place them. Some people are like, that is way too fiddly. Like, no, that doesn't seem fun. And others of you will see this and go, oh, that looks really fun. I'm going to go check that out right now. So if you're one of those, I'm sorry, but also you're welcome. Yeah, they just had a new drop a few days ago on Friday. That was, I think they called it their winter drop. And I did place an order. They had this beautiful cozy library scene that I immediately was like, oh, that's going to be a must have. And I did have a little stash of rewards points from people that had used my referral code. And so I, used that towards purchasing that and a couple other little sets. But that Cozy Library one did sell out really quickly. I know the owner felt really bad about that because she really tries not to like understock. Like she's not playing into FOMO or anything. It's just her business model and everything. It works much better for her to just have as much stock available for people as possible. That's got to be a really hard line to walk as a business owner. It's like you don't want to have a bunch of stock sitting around because that's, wasted money, but also like you want people to be able to get what they want to buy. And I know she felt bad that she sold out of that one. So I'm sure she's going to restock it. I think their restocks typically take around a month. And that's a small business. Like, one person, I think she might have a couple of employees or like volunteers that she works with. So I, try to extend lots of grace, but cute stuff. Definitely check them out. They're all licensed and everything. And that's been a fun craft to kind of intermix with my diamond painting. Another craft that I recently discovered, again, thanks to Facebook ads. I can't remember if I mentioned this last week, but they're like these 3D room stickers, like isometric room stickers. I have those handy too. I'll show you in just a second. But Bev, my friend Bev B Diamond Paints, just did a video. You may have seen it because I think the YouTube algorithm really loved it. I saw she was getting a lot of views on it. Because I also don't think there's a lot of videos on YouTube about this craft yet, but I'll try my best to remember. Here, where's my pen? I'm gonna make a note so that I remember to link it. Bev's video. So they're almost puzzly in nature. So they're these isometric room stickers. What they do is you get this like blank room and then various stickers that you have to place, and it's all about perspective and layering. So a little bit, what makes it a puzzle is you have to look and see like, well, this sticker needs to be placed first because this next sticker is going to slightly cover it, and so on and so forth. But I did pick up, some of these. They're just, I don't know what it is, you guys. They're really cute. They're really fun. And, I don't know, I love puzzles. I don't have the space to do traditional puzzles the way that I used to. And so those little stickers they've been fun. It's just been something really different. And I feel like doing those crafts hasn't taken away really my time for or love of diamond painting. I know that when I was more of like a YouTube watcher and not necessarily like really having a channel, whenever I would hear like a diamond painting YouTuber talk about like, oh, I've discovered like I'm getting into cross stitch, I always would kind of think, well, there's a solid chance here that they're gonna basically stop diamond painting, or I'm not really gonna see diamond painting content on their channel anymore. Like they're just, I've been there where it's like I'm really into a hobby for a short amount of time, and then I discover something else. I'm chasing the dopamine, and I'm like, okay, well, that hobby was fun while it lasted. I'm content to move on to the next thing. And the other thing kind of falls by the wayside, which is fine. Chase that dopamine. I've been there. I get it. Ran a couple special extra drills in there. It is what it is. But I have actually found that adding in, like having these pixels and now these like isometric rooms into the mix has, I don't know, when I feel like I've been really flirting hard with burnout when it comes to diamond painting, and even like YouTube videos to a certain extent, which I know is not cute to talk about, but just that's the reality of it, especially when you're kind of going through like the busyness and the stress of the holidays and the end of the year. That's just where I was at. It really did help to be able to be like, it's not that I don't love diamond painting. I just am going to give my brain a little break. I'm going to go over to this other thing, give this a try, just see if it's, I spend some time with this other thing, and then I feel like I come back to diamond painting really refreshed and excited to get back to it, instead of being like, this is the only craft and the only thing that I do. So it's like if I'm doing relaxation crafting hobby time, it's only ever going to be diamond painting, so I'm not like, I feel like it's only helped in my case. So It helps also that those crafts are so easy to just sort of pick up, put down, very, very little in the way of sort of like major setup. Like those pixels, it's like, here's a sticker sheet, here's the thing I'm putting the stickers on, here's some tweezers. Okay, go. Am I done? Okay, just, set it on the desk. As opposed to like with diamond painting, it's like, okay, there's trays of drills, let's roll up the canvas, let's set my tools to the side and gather up in the holder. It's just more of a, I don't know, maybe I'm making more of it than it really is, but it feels like there's more to that, I guess, but I don't know. That's just me. So anyway, I'm curious to hear, are you multi-craftual or are you just like mono-craftual? Are you just diamond painting? I'm going on April will be 5 years of diamond painting. 5 years just feels like a big milestone. It feels like it's a long time for me to have spent on one hobby. I've gone through like special interests before that I have had for long amounts of time. I'm like thinking about, I went through like a 3-year phase where I was really into Neopets as an adult, like in the early 2010s. I was really, really into Neopets. And then I'm trying to think of other good examples. Like video games, that kind of comes and goes. Like I was super, super into like, the Mass Effect games, the Assassin's Creed games, Kingdom Hearts, Horizon Zero Dawn, those kinds of games really intensely for a while. I like haven't really had my video game bug for a while either. So it's like the other things have come and gone. I don't know if I've had anything last like 5 years the way that diamond painting has. So I just have a feeling that, diamond painting is going to be a part of my hobbies I hope it's a part of my hobbies for a good long while anyway. But I don't know. I don't know if I really get back like into cross stitch or anything. Every once in a while I'm like, oh, do I want to try cross stitch again? And I don't know. I think doing cross stitch, like converting them into diamond paintings is probably the closest I'm gonna get. So anyway, I don't know if you guys can hear at all the rain as I'm filming. It has been, I feel like it's just been very refreshing. I feel like I'm a bit of an odd duck at this point because rain and cold weather feels very nostalgic to me. I kind of crave it in a lot of ways because of where I live, and it's like not a thing that I get to experience very often, which I know is like, some people will be like, hello, I would love to live in a place where it's, sunny and mild weather, like virtually year round. But I think like a lot of times there's various things I miss about living in the Midwest. I miss having seasons. I've spoken quite often before, and you've probably heard me say as much, but like I almost feel like I very genuinely have the opposite of your typical seasonal affective disorder, where I feel like I thrive when it's kind of cold and more like cozy, rainy, as opposed to like when it's summer, when it's hot and everything. I just like, that is more oppressive to me and feels more, I don't know, like I don't know if heavy is the right word. I don't know. I don't care for summer and the heat at all. And so, especially when it's raining, it just feels like it's so cozy to me. I love it. It feels like it's soothing. I don't know if the rain is like white noise, and I don't know. I guess I have like sensitivity to lights. Maybe the fact that it's like it's overcast and cloudy. Maybe there's something to that, but I think also just knowing that we have not had any rain in months and months and months and months, and are in this, drought. It's like there's something about rain that just feels very healing in a way, I guess. I guess is how I would maybe describe it. But I need a lot of like this size container, and I just don't have that much of it. Let's do, because I don't know if I want to be saving that for anything. Why don't we just, because there's that beautiful bright pink color, let's just overdo it and use this big container, because I have plenty of these big containers to go around. Except that one, the lid is finicky. How's this one? Better. The Elizabeth Ward containers, I use Elizabeth Ward basically to just describe the style more than I describe like the actual brand name Elizabeth Ward at this point, because I have bought this style of container from a million different retailers and stuff at this point. It's like Michael's and Joann's have sold their own like specific like store brand name, like private label or whatever of these style of containers. There's versions on like AliExpress or on Amazon, and it's just there's a million different names that these can go by. And so I just have bought various trays from, you know, various places over the years, and they're all mixed together. All the containers are just completely freely mixed together at this point. So that's why I'm like, okay, the lids on these are not as good. That must have been from like the, you know, the Joann's store brand or whatever. So I don't know. I don't know, you guys. Yeah, look at that pretty pink color. Oh my gosh. If you love the color pink, which I love the color pink, then this kit is probably for you. I wonder if it's in stock. I feel like every time this one gets restocked, it goes out of stock pretty quickly because it's really popular, but I don't know. I hope I'll link it below. And if it is out of stock, you should be able to sign up for a back in stock notification unless they discontinue it. This is one I would be genuinely shocked if they discontinued. I have a hard time predicting what they're going to discontinue at Diamond Art Club, but I hope this one seems popular enough. I hope that they don't. I really hope they don't. Every shade of pink, 602. All right. How are we doing on time? 40 minutes. It does not feel like I've been chatting your ear off for 40 minutes already. Well, what else do we have to talk about? So funny stories from my, some funny things that just came up in my Patreon live that I feel like you would appreciate. So I came up because someone had asked like, oh, is, you know, Connor still asking about getting another pet, like another feline friend, which, yeah, the answer is yes. He regularly will check in and he changes his mind. Sometimes he goes, yeah, like, I think I'd be okay with getting a dog next. But I still think we need to get a second cat at some point because we just, you know, Skip needs a friend and we should have 2 cats. You know, another pet is not on the table right now, just for a variety of reasons, logistical, financial, just, you know, letting Skip really adjust after having said goodbye to our last cat not that long ago. So it just, the time isn't right for it, which is fine. We know that. And we know that someday we will be ready to get another pet. And I kind of am in the camp of, I think we should get a dog and then call it good. I don't know that we need to get a second cat. Just for the space that we live in and whatnot. I don't know. I feel like 2 animals would be about the right fit for our home and for our family. And I just feel like a dog is, we've always wanted to get another dog. So, and then it kind of spun into like other kinds of pets that you can have. And, you know, I was mentioning about how Micah had gone on a field trip this past week his class went to a nature center, and a lot of it was like outdoors and like talking about plants and stuff like that. But then there was also a portion where they got to like see and also like touch a couple of animals, and the animals that they had, this was first graders, keep in mind. So nothing exciting. They had like a rat and a snake. So I guess like the whole food chain here. But the pictures that the teacher had taken of Micah, it's like Micah was interested in looking at them, but definitely not wanting to touch them at all. And I was like, well, that's good, because I really don't want to have like pets that are, I don't mean to be insulting by saying like, but rodents. I don't want to have any rodents as pets. I've done the hamster thing. And I don't want a hamster again. I've done the hamster a couple of different times. Couple of different times. When I was a kid, when I was very young, we had a hamster. I don't remember what the breed was. It's the ones that are brown with like white spots and get like a little bit on the bigger side. It was not a gerbil or like a guinea pig. It was like, it wasn't one of like little tiny hamsters. It was like, they got like this big. I named it Twinkie because this hamster, she looked like a Twinkie. And it was about the size of a Twinkie. And at one point she had escaped her cage, because I feel like hamsters are just escape artists. She had escaped her cage, and we couldn't find her. I was very young. Because I feel like we were in like the old house, I feel like. And so I could have only been like 4 or 5 years old. And she escaped. We couldn't find her. I think we just assumed that, you know, she'd gotten outside or, you know, whatever happened. And then I don't remember what the story was exactly. My parents noticed that like, they came across her. She was like in the basement. in like a closet or something, and she had a stash of dog food. Like I think they might have noticed that there was like a hole in the dog food bag or something, and it was like, so she was going up there and getting dog food and then stashing it in her little hidey hole in the basement. And then that hamster lived to be like 3.5 years old or something. I just remember it was a really long time for a hamster. And my poor babysitter that was watching me at the time, again, I was probably like 7 years old or something. And it was when my babysitter was there and my parents were home that like we realized that the hamster had passed away. And I just remember being like really upset, and the look on my babysitter's face of like, oh, holy crap, how do I handle this? Like just being like, oh, the poor babysitter. I mean, obviously poor me because I was upset, but like now as an adult, I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, like that would be rough to have to handle, because I think the babysitter was like, I think she was in high school, so she was a kid too. Yeah, I don't know why these particular things stick with me, even though I have a really, really bad memory otherwise. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to, also they bite. Like I remember I always was getting bit by my hamsters. I also had gotten one in college, I think just because I really wanted a pet. What I really wanted was a chinchilla, but like those are even like more difficult to kind of keep. But I got my landlord to say yes to a hamster when I was like a junior in college. And again, like, I just remember getting bit even though I was trying to do everything right. And I just like, nope, no hamsters. I'm not doing rodents when we have kids. I did like the fish thing. Like I had betta fish in college too. I think I really wanted a pet, but there were only very specific kinds of pets that you could get away with having in college unless you like lived off campus and got a landlord that would let you get like a cat or dog, which virtually never happened when you were in college, and at least where I went to school. So I did like the betta fish thing, and then it made me think of this like just really funny story that, again, even though my memory is terrible, I just remember this story from when I was like my family, I was a kid, and my family had gone to the fair, and my brother and one of his friends had like mastered one of these fair games, the one where you like throw the ball, and I don't even know if they do these anymore, because it's probably like it's not very humane. But there were literally just like, it was like 100 goldfish in like plastic bowls, and it was like you would throw a ball, and if it landed in a particular thing, you would get one of these goldfish. They would literally like dump it into a Ziploc bag and like hand you this goldfish in a Ziploc bag. My brother and his friend, which I feel like they were 10 at the time or something, like they were not that old. They had gone off to play this game and like figured out how to play this game and do well at it. And apparently, like I wasn't there. I just remember distinctly my mom telling this story. They walked up to my parents and each had, because this is when it was small town living. And they were at least old enough that it was like, okay, they could go off and like play games. They'd meet back up with, parents later or whatever, the rest of us later. So, my brother and his friend are each holding, like in each hand have just like multiple Ziploc bags of these goldfish. And they were like, look what we won. And my parents were like, no, you need to go give those away to other people. Like, here, find some other kids at the fair to give these away to, because there's just no way. And I don't remember if my brother ended up bringing home, he probably brought home like a couple, and they, they eventually, like, they died because, I feel like fish that are in those conditions don't always necessarily tend to do well. But my brother's friend, his thrived and like would not die, and turned out that it was actually like a koi fish or something, and they ended up having to like give it to someone that had like a pond or some kind of setting where it could actually like live and thrive, because it just was outgrowing every tank they put it in. It was a whole thing. I just thought, oh, that was just these crazy pet stories. And now as an adult, I'm like, we're keeping it very simple and easy, cat or dog, and a max of like 1 to 2 each. So anyway, just silly pet stories and silliness. But anyway, as far as other updates, like on the family side of things, the boys had their annual checkups this week. Obviously, I'm not going to go into details because I'm not looking to, share my kids' privacy, especially stuff like that out there. But it went well. I had a whole list of questions and stuff to like ask the doctor. I had written it down on paper because I know how my memory goes. So I had my lists. Adam was able to go with me, which was very helpful because the kids' appointments were back to back. Actually, not how I'd intended it, but there was a whole situation where their appointments that were supposed to be in December, like I kept getting called at the last minute by the doctor's office to have them get canceled. And anyway, I was like, we just need to be seen. It's fine. Yes, I'll bring them both back to back at the same time. And so basically Adam was on Micah duty because Micah I swear it was almost like he was ping pong balling off the walls and the things of the pediatrician's office. And at one point I swore he was going to go over and hit, like there's a little like alarm, like help button that the doctors can push, like that's in a lot of patient rooms. That's like it sounds like medical personnel running or something. And Micah almost went for it. I was like, no, don't do that. But yeah, no, it went well and got to talk to her about some things that I wanted to talk about. And I just felt a lot better being able to kind of have that taken care of because I was like, we need to, they were due for it too. So just taking care of business. And then we've had a nice weekend with the boys too. I ended up taking Micah to the Irvine Park Railroad yesterday. I felt like it was very fortuitous. I had opened my Facebook, which I really have tried to actively avoid doing, especially in this past week, because it just feels like it's very overwhelming. Like everything's going on in the world. It's a lot. I need to be in the right like mental headspace in order to like just risk even opening Facebook. But I had done that, and it just so happened at the top of the app and kind of the stories, I saw that the Irvine Park Railroad, whose Facebook page I followed, and their stories, I saw a thing that was like flash sale, and I was like, oh, I wonder what that is. And I clicked on it, and it was like, this Saturday, we're running this sale, and it was basically like 50% off, like a book of like 15 train tickets, or it was basically for like any kind of like event type tickets for the park. And it was like half price. And I was like, actually, we have some birthday money that an aunt and uncle had given us to like spend on the kids, for Christmas gifts, which was so incredibly sweet of them. Super, super, super sweet. And I was like, why don't we use some of that on this flash sale? And I was like, that's 15 tickets. And yeah, Connor likes to go sometimes, but mostly it's Micah is asking to go out all the time. And so I was like, we could probably spread this out. And if we take him just like 1 or 2 times a month, and if just one of us is going, like this could work really well. This would be a really cost effective way. And he could get to do this train that he absolutely loves. And so on Saturday, it's like, well, we know it's gonna rain on Sunday. Why don't we take him on Saturday? It's supposed to be really overcast, but not like really raining yet. And it was really cute. I thought that he was gonna want to go with Adam because he's kind of been in like daddy phase for a while, where just he wants to do everything to do with Adam. Is very sweet and affectionate. He still is very sweet and affectionate towards me, but like Adam is, I don't know. He's just, it's fine. The kids go through phases like that. So we asked him like, do you want mommy or daddy to take you? And he was like, mommy. And I was like, oh, really? Okay. So I got to take him, and it was very, very sweet and cute. He loved it. And we rode the train, and as we're in the car on the way home, he goes, Irvine Park Railroad tomorrow? And I was like, we went today, buddy. I promise we'll go again soon, but tomorrow it's gonna rain. He was like, it's not gonna rain. He's contradictory phase, lots of opposites. I'm like, well, like I just said, okay, buddy, it is gonna rain. We're not gonna go tomorrow, but we'll go again soon. And he was, he grumbled a little bit and then came around to it, but that was really fun. And then Adam took Connor along with our older nephew, to see the Sonic 3 movie today. They had a really nice time. It was a perfect thing for a rainy day for them. And, cousins love hanging out and stuff. So it was a good weekend. And I just, I had a nice time. It was nice to go out with Micah, and it was a good one, you guys. Just soaking up lots of family time and like focusing on taking care of, the people that are in my immediate kind of circle and showing love to them and everything. It's like, that's the best kind of self-care I feel like I can do right now. Again, just everything going on in the state of the world. And yeah, if you're also similarly, overwhelmed and feeling a lot of feelings about things, just my heart is with you. We're going to be okay. we're just going to keep taking it one day at a time, one thing at a time. We are coming up on the end, and I'm coming up on halfway. That was number 47. And there's been pretty minimal static, and it's still 97 colors is a lot, my friends. But yeah, we're getting towards the end here. So reading and watching and listening to, what have I been up to? Reading wise, I've set myself up for some success with reading, maybe. So I had kept on stalling on canceling my Audible membership, which I kept kicking myself on because I'm like, I'm not into audiobooks right now. The reason I hadn't canceled it was because with Audible, and I think this is kind of sketchy, to be honest with you, with Audible, if you cancel your membership and you haven't used up all of your Audible credits, because you get 1 credit a month to use towards books, if you haven't used those up, you lose them when you cancel. And I kept going, I need to figure out what books I want to, use these on, and then I can cancel. And then I kept being like, but I'm not into audiobooks right now. So how do I know what I want to pick? And so finally I was like, enough is enough. I just picked a handful of things that I thought I would probably be interested in when I'm back into audiobooks, and just used up all my credits and canceled. I had like 7 credits. It was really bad, you guys. And then canceled it, and I feel much better about it. So I have I downloaded, I bought like a couple of Brandon Sanderson books. I bought some like old favorites like Tamara Pierce, which more on that in just a second. And then I went ahead and bought Onyx Storm. I say bought, I used my credits on. I already technically spent the money with like the monthly Audible, cost or whatever. And there were a couple other things I picked too that had kind of been on my like, oh, I think this is a book I'm probably going to like. So, now I have those books just sitting in my Audible library for when I'm, ready to dive back into that again. But yeah, so Tamara Pierce, how do we pronounce that? I should go see if she's like posted on her website. Oh my gosh, I need to like save, plan ahead, because I saw her post a couple of days ago about how she is partnering with Illumicrate and releasing these special editions. I've never seen special editions of her Song of the Lioness Quartet. You guys, these books, I am not exaggerating when I say that they were like formative to me in like my preteen and teenage years. They remain some of my favorite books that I have ever read. And I love them. I love them. I love them. And these special editions look beautiful. And look, I am not one that buys like into the consumerism of like all the special editions, like gotta have like lots of stuff and everything. But because these books are so meaningful to me and special to me, I saw these special editions and I was like, oh, but those are gorgeous. And just how meaningful and special is that? So I'm trying to figure out like, it looks like I'm not an Illumicrate subscriber or anything like that. It looks like it's going to be open to like subscribers first. And then if there's any left over, it'll get released to the general public. So part of me is like, okay, if there's any Illumicrate subscribers, I feel like I'm one of those people that's like begging a Disneyland employee for like, can you get me in if you have a ticket? But no, like I would pay through you since you get early access. Just, send me a message or something. No. I'll figure it out. But I'm just like, I would love to try to get my hands on these. But it also looks like, if I was reading it right, they're going to be released in the UK. And so I'm thinking like, great, is this going to be an international shipping situation? My birthday's not till November. Okay, look, real quick. This is not me hinting. This is no one do anything silly here. Like for real. This is just me talking about like this thing I'm really excited about. So I'm not trying to be shady and hint at like, I don't know, anything to you guys, because that's not who I am. But it occurred to me, it's like some people might read into that, and I'm no, that's not what I'm doing. But I don't know. I just destash some diamond paintings maybe and see, or maybe it's just something that maybe I'll pick up later down the road. I'll just pay for it on Mercari or whatever, and it'll be fine. It's completely fine. But I was happy. I was happy to see that like, oh, this book series that I love is obviously like being shown love by, Illumicrate, and is getting these like special editions. That's so cool. These books came out in like, they out in the 80s, like this original series. I don't remember if it was like late 70s. I think maybe early mid 80s. I don't remember. I don't think it was the 90s for these. But anyway. Tamara Pierce fans, just sound up in the comments. Okay, no, I did not get through kitting up everything, even though it's empty over here. I got through what I could fit over there. Coming up on an hour. Okay, really quick. Watching, Adam and I finally finished Picard. We sat down this past week and we watched 2 episodes one night and the last 2 episodes the other night. You guys, I really enjoyed it a lot. I know I'm really late to the game with that show as far as like it's been out for a while. We were watching season 3 of it. And you know what? I loved the nostalgia of it. I loved that I didn't care that it was basically a lot of fan service. It was just, I liked it. I really liked it a lot. No spoilers, but now we're thinking about like, okay, next new Trek. There's, what did Adam tell me the order was? He was going to have me watch like the first, I think, couple seasons of it. Watch a couple first seasons of Discovery and then we'll watch Strange New Worlds together? I don't remember what it was, but we're going to try to move on to that, or potentially I'm kind of pushing a little bit for like, we should watch Lower Decks. Like I've heard lots of good things. We should watch that one first. But we really are going to try to watch like more shows together and stuff. And I'm looking forward to that. I could fit more colors in here. Let's do that. Because I might need that space. And then listening to, well, I just put a question mark here and said, hopefully audiobooks. I would like to get back into audiobooks. So, and then as far as what I've got coming, hopefully this week, I would like to do some post reviews. I would like to at least get those post reviews filmed for Fixer Uppers and Year of the Dragon. And I will have some belated sneak peeks, hopefully, to share with you. And then also have, some unboxings from other small shops that have kind of been sitting. There's a couple that I'd actually forgotten about. And I just sent a couple of messages to some small shops to be like, I am so sorry. I forgot that I had this and I need to, get on that. So, and then I'll have a month in review video for you potentially probably before you see my next WIP and Chat. So stay tuned for that. But anyway, thanks for spending some time with me today, you guys. If you made it all the way to the end, is there like a candy or a lollipop emoji? I think there is. That feels like that would be perfect for this particular artwork. So we got to number 55. We got over halfway through these. I'm going to keep getting this up after I end this clip and get this WIP and Chat uploaded for you all. But let me know how you're doing in the comments and what you were working on while we chatted today. Thanks again for spending some time with me here. And please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I would love to have you here. You'll see weekly WIP and Chats like this one. Variety of other diamond painting related videos like, unboxings or reviews or small shop hauls and stuff. And occasionally videos like my temperature dragon, things that I learned and stuff like that. So either way though, thanks again for watching. I hope you are doing well and taking care. And I'll chat with you in the next one. Bye.